moving over to memory, you can see I've got 6 gigabytes. That's 3 sticks of 2 gigabytes apiece. It's a Mushkin Redline DDR3 1600. It's great memory. I've had it for quite a while since I've had the motherboard, and I've had no issues with it. It's always clocked well.
What's the timing, Bill?
Timings are 6, 7, 6, 18. Okay, now we talked briefly about the X5 before. It's got the front panel, but this is the Creative X5 Titanium Champion Series. Now, Truby kind of makes fun of me. I don't have a surround sound system set up in the computer room, but eventually I will. But in the meantime, it's serving me well. The last little piece inside the case here is the 2K3U controller, and that's where all of the temperature sensors are plugged into, and also controls the cooling unit to turn it on and off. Okay, the last thing I want to talk about is my routing for tubing. Initially we had talked about maybe coming to the graphics cards first and then working our way back towards the CPU, but decided that due to the pressure drop across the CPU, we wanted to have that as the first component being cooled. Now, we've discussed previously that it doesn't matter necessarily where you put components in your loop for temperature-wise, but because I do have quite a few components on the water loop, I wanted to have the most pressure going to the CPU water block because they're typically designed for a certain amount of pressure. This piece coming from the water block, the CPU water block, up to the voltage regulator, you'll see is only about 3 inches long. Getting that piece connected, as well as the bridge that goes across it to the motherboard water block, that all took me quite a while to get fit correctly, and it took me quite a while to get it where it would fit, and also that nothing was buckled or out of alignment. So if you're water cooling, it's gonna, you got to be careful. You got to take your time and do it right. The last piece that I want to talk about is these graphics cards. When I first got them, one of them was bad. This EVGA motherboard saved me, because you can disable PCIe slots individually to do troubleshooting. So I was able to test each card individually without removing it from the computer and without breaking my water loop, which would have taken 10 times as long just to figure out what the problem was. So kudos to EVGA on the design of this motherboard. It's a great motherboard, and I plan on using EVGA motherboards in the future. Okay, so that kind of concludes the hardware portion of the video. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get it pushed back in where I normally keep it, and then we're going to do some just a few benchmarks to try and figure out how it compares to Truby's minuscule build. We've talked about the computer. Just touch on my peripherals just briefly. Start off this the Acer X243W. It's a 24-inch monitor. It's mounted on the wall. I got the wall mount. Makes it very sturdy. I don't have to worry about it bouncing while I'm playing games. Underneath it, I've mounted 2 of these just little shelves that I put my speakers on. This, the larger set's connected to my stable computer. The other set, it's a Logitech 2.1. It's the X240. Nothing spectacular, but it gets the job done for right now. Keyboard and mouse are both made by Ideazon. This is the Merc Stealth. You can see you can change colors on it: purple, red, and blue, and also dims. This is the Ideazon Reaper Edge. It's a great 5-button mouse. It's pretty much the only gaming mouse I've used. It's a little bit lighter than some people would like, but again, it gets the job done, and I'm really used to it now. So I topped that off with an Ideazon gamepad just to show everything matches.